Welcome back to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold. I'm joined by my good friend Tami Cicerello. Tami Cicerello is with Remax of Santa Clarita. Been a realtor for, 2 decades, but you don't look it.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I want to talk about sellers, and they say it's a seller's market right now
Yes.
because there's not as many homes listed for sale. But even then, you really need to stage your house the right way. You need to present your home so that you can get top dollar. What kind of advice do you give sellers when it comes to staging their home?
Well, usually what I like to do is actually walk through the house with the seller. Start from the front and say, okay, pretend like you're a buyer, you're looking at your house for the first time. What do you see? What things need to be changed? The first impression is really as you're walking up to the house. So you want to make sure that the entry looks nice. It's all, your front door's not dusty, your garage door's not all dusty, you hose everything down.
You always forget to wipe down the front door.
Yes.
And plant some flowers, right?
Right, and a lot of people don't ever even use their front doors. They're always going through the garage. They don't even know what it looks like. There's papers out there from people dropping off drawer droppers and things of that nature. So make sure that's all cleaned up and looks really nice and is very presentable. People stand there while you open the lockbox and you're opening the front door, so they're looking around while they're sitting at that front door. Right. So that's really important. Then once you walk through the house, clean up, take away all the clutter, and
now
really,
that could be delicate for some people because their treasures are other people's clutter.
Right. So what a lot of times what I will do is I will go through and I'll take some pictures even while I'm there with them so they can see what their house is going to look like. They've actually been online usually and seen some homes online and seen what nice pictures look like and not as nice pictures look like. So I'll even take pictures sometimes just to show them, okay, if we leave it like this is what it's going to look like in your pictures online. I do have a company as well that will come out and they'll bring out these crates where they can actually box up all their stuff. They're packing anyways. The stuff, pack up the stuff you're not using. That way it's not as stressful at the actual move time frame. So pack that stuff up. We'll put it in crates. We'll get it hauled off. They'll store it for you, and then they'll bring it to your new house when you move in.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
It works out
it's
really
already
well.
done.
Exactly.
And the stress is reduced, and a lot of times we have a lot of stuff and clutter anyway. So
right.
I want to talk about price last, but because that's a tricky thing.
Yes.
Let's talk about the seller. Should the seller be home when the house is being shown? Because it can be very inconvenient, especially if you have smaller children.
Right. The best thing is to not be home at all, to leave the house when you know people are coming, have people give you a notice that they're coming, and then leave the home for 45 minutes to an hour during that window of time they're going to be there, and really let them feel like it's their home. Because if you're there and you've got kids running around, you've got more people, especially in a smaller home.
They can't relax in your home. You want them to relax in their home and feel like I can live here. And they can't relax when they see someone cooking or kids running around.
Exactly. And try to picture themselves in that home and that being their home. So it's really good for them to be able to come in and really see the home without a bunch of people standing over them.
Yeah, the comfort level.
Right. Now, if that's impossible, you have a bunch of little kids and there's just no way for you to leave the house, at least, maybe take the kids out in the backyard to play while they're looking through the house, or take them and the dog on a walk, or whatever is most convenient.
Go for a walk. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Just try not to be there in the house, especially in a smaller home. It makes the house feel a lot smaller too. The more people in the home.
Right. Let's talk about determining the right price to get, sellers want to get top dollar.
Right. And pricing is very important. And there's a lot of things to take into consideration. A lot of people think, I just look at the comps from my own neighborhood. Well, yes, that is important. You need to look at the comps in your own neighborhood. But buyers aren't just looking in your neighborhood. Most likely, they're looking at other comparable homes that are in other neighborhoods that are in other tracts of homes, but maybe in the same area, like they're looking in Saugus. Everything, they might be looking only in Saugus, but they're going to be looking at all the different neighborhoods in Saugus that are going to meet that same criteria. So you want to not just look at your tract, you want to look at outside of that. And then you also don't want to just look at what's on the MLS, because the title companies have everything that's closed. And there are some people that, maybe transfer title and it's never been on the market. Or maybe they sell it for sale by owner. Maybe it's a family member buys the house and it's transferred that way. Maybe it's, there's all kinds of reasons why it may not go on the MLS. So I don't just look at what's on the MLS. I also pull comps from my title company to see what's actually closed over the last 3 to 6 months.
So you can price it properly.
So we can price it properly.
Yeah. And sometimes when rates dip, sometimes that gives you an advantage like they have now.
Right.
Those that want to reach out to you, because I know you've been a professional for so long and so many people seek your advice, how can they get you?
Well, my cell phone is 661-212-3413. Or if they'd like to email me, it's Tami Cicerello.
Spell that last name.
TamiCicerello @ remax.net.
Very good. Thanks for coming in again. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do for those out there.
Thank you very much.
We're going to jump to a quick break and we'll be right back.